are you Governor Mike Pence?
No.
Excellent. Welcome to GenCon! But be sure to get that other meal if it's important to stay healthy and strong. Glory to our Stoltzka!
Glory to our Stoltzka!
I'm always curious about GenCon because it's my first time here. You've been coming here for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
What's the biggest change since you first started coming?
Cosplay community has grown exponentially.
Awesome.
The size, every day more and more people are getting into it, want to come in to see what it is, to experience it. And each year it just gets more and more interesting to meet people from all over the world.
And the vendors, there's always more and more vendors. Like 2 years ago, this vendor hall was actually not that big, and then all of a sudden it's just doubled in size 1 year.
Wow.
And so they had to actually implement it from one exhibit hall to expanding it into 2 atmosphere. It's just how we are. We're always the type of people who are like, hey, how's it going? How's your day? You know, we don't care about where you came from, your background, anything else. We just want to know, how are you doing?
I've been to this convention several times, but I've never cosplayed. So I did once as I'm part of a vampire LARP, so I was dressed as a vampire, and that was just to recruit people. So, but I think a friend of mine was watching the show with us and looked at my friend Sam and was like, "You look like Foggy," and I had decided just on my own to put on the glasses and this just to make it easy. So he cut his hair, shaved, I shaved.
You actually cut your hair?
Oh,
yeah, it was down my back.
You cut your hair for cosplay?
Yeah, he had a full beard and everything, so we went and decided, all right, we're gonna do this.
Murdoch.
Yeah.
And you have well, let me make sure I can see the
That's the hashtag. This is Pony Toast. I'm LARP Terp.
second year,
Yeah.
4 year, first year.
Yes.
Okay. What do you expected?
It's pretty close to exactly what I expected.
What did these guys tell you?
They told me.
Did they lie to you?
No. I think they told me a lot about the just huge gaming space, because that's what this is all about. Like it took. It was a long time to get through the gaming space before we even got to the floor, and then the floor is just as crowded as they.
Flying to a few cons as well, and like GenCon is really cool because there's not a huge cosplay scene here. Like as far as when you go to like anime, like I went to Fanime out in San Jose, which is amazing. and ASEN, huge Chicago one. And this con is huge. It's almost 60,000 people, but there's not that many cosplayers here. So it's really interesting because it's a lot of people who only come to GenCon who like have no idea what cosplay is really, other than the fact that it's like, sometimes people dress up like planeswalkers or wizards from another dimension, and it's kind of like a different feel rather than like at Fanime when I was out there a few months ago. It was a lot of like interaction like of cosplayers to cosplayers, like how did you make that? That's so cool. Like this is how I did this. How did you do that? Whereas here it's a lot of people who never really interact with cosplayers other than that, and they will come up to you and they have a completely different perspective, and it's really cool. But again, it's really cool, and plus like obviously we're big Magic nerds, and a lot of the artists come here, and you can meet the artists who designed this costume, which is really cool. And I just have like little mini spaz attacks when I meet up with these artists, and sometimes I get really mad and I'm like, what does this belt do? Why did you make it? I made it, but why?
Wait, what bird?
So sometimes I have to do that too.
Halfway during it, probably about 5 o'clock in the morning after no sleep for 28 hours, we're thinking, is it worth it? We're not going to make it in time.
Yes.
So lots of energy drinks. We made it.
You made it.
It kind of started off as a joke because my wife does cosplay. She's done one. She did an ODST a few years ago, last year actually. And I was like, oh, I'd love to get into it. Here, I'll make some warrior tier. Let's go with WoW armor. It's extravagant and over the top. It's just kind of a joke, and we started looking at the armor. It's like, it wouldn't be that hard to fabricate. We can make that. And then we made the boots, and it's like, oh man, we can actually do this. And then we just made it. We just went to it, pedal to the metal.
Wow.
I mean, there's literally hundreds of panels going on every day, and you just never really run out of things to do. A lot of people that do cosplay. There's actually a big parade that they do on a Saturday where everyone lines up and walks the entire convention. So that's a lot of fun.
Awesome.
Like an old polar bear, I said to myself, there's a smell in the air. I mix diesel and shell.
Have you played any board games today? I have. Have you won any board games today? Our Stokes are winners, not losers!
I want to say, how do you like GenCon?
Well, it's better than my time in the Congo.
Okay, here's the better question. Do people know who you are?
Some people do.
Some people do. This is your first time actually cosplaying. Describe to me the experience.
It's been awesome. Oh my gosh, like the little kids, they make my heart so big, and I love them, and it makes me happy. All the little girls are so happy to see us, and then like just random people being excited for us.
Oh, I see random people. Do you guys want pictures? Oh, here, I will step. Yeah, I know this is one of the cosplay areas, I guess.
Yes, this area here is actually where a lot of the cosplayers will go to be able to do pictures and everything else, because they believe that they don't want to get areas getting blocked away, and they want to make sure the traffic flows.
Right.
So this one is just one of the areas that they want to do the pictures. They have picture posing areas all throughout here. They have like little backdrops and everything else for this stuff. But this one here is the big one because it's right next to the exhibit halls, that which everybody can see.
And everybody gets seated. Yeah, awesome.
Here, I learned how to play D&D yesterday. I saw so many interesting new games and Kickstarter games. We had to play test something, a brand new game that now we all want to go support because it looks really interesting and fun. And I never would have heard about it if I hadn't been here. People, for the most part, are super nice, and I like seeing all the costumes and seeing all of the different. I mean, it's a whole different side of gaming that I don't normally do because I'm mostly a video. So,
how did you find out about GenCon?
Through her and through a friend of ours back in January. They were talking about how, hey, if we want to get together and go to a con, this one is 2 hours away. It's near the end of the summer. We should all be available. And I said, yes. I mean, I've never gotten to go to one before. I can afford it, and I want to go, and there's nothing holding me back. I ended up getting her into the show about 3 or 4 months ago, shortly after I got into it. I have my own gym too. Jumbo.
Where I talked about studio cosplay. At that time, you guys hadn't even made your Kickstarter goal yet. tell me what has happened since then.
So the kickoff at KitsCon was a huge success, and thanks to 440 really generous backers, we made 131% of our target goal. So that was a huge success. We're very, very excited. We're very grateful. Since then, we've been incredibly busy trying to take care of our wonderful backers. We're going to hopefully be shipping out a lot of the physical rewards sometime in the next few weeks.
Right.
And we have a place.
I saw that.
A little dry as soon as we got our funding. We were a little nervous for a while there, but we got a really great place. It's in Silver Spring, Maryland. This weekend, as we speak, in fact, we've got a whole bunch of volunteers on site helping out our team to build out the place, to patch holes, to paint, to sometime in the next couple of weeks. We're on target for a summertime opening.
Okay, and this is in a DC metro area, right?
DC metro area for now.
Oh,
Once
for
we get
now.
well established in DC, then we want to open chapters in other geographies, so anybody could have a studio cosplay near them someday.
Awesome.
Do you promise to spend all your money by the end of the day on glorious Stoltzkin merchandise? Then welcome to our country! Glory to our Stoltzka!
Glory to our Stoltzka!
What is it called again?
This is the Open Crafting Room, and it's part of the SPA program, which we used to call our spousal activity program, but we're going to be changing to supplemental activity program. And this is sort of the heart of it. It's a free open crafting room that anyone can come and enjoy. We have several sponsors. Proxon provides our wonderful micro tools, perler beads. That's a favorite geek craft. Even Mod Podge. We have a lot of people donate, but we also have a small allowance every year. I go to estate sales and yard sales and fill up the room with fun stuff. And we have, it's wonderful. You'll see here on Saturday, we have a really nice sewing machine back here. And we have cosplayers and non-cosplayers usually working together. I had a woman help a cosplayer last year make a cape in about 15 minutes. Just he's like, oh, you need a cape? We'll make a cape. And we have fabric scraps over here, and it was really nice to see. And we have fabric glue, a lot of fabric glue, which works. We have all the safety pins you could ever need. And believe me, cosplayers need safety pins.
Like, after coming last year, I told myself, I was like, I always have to come, because like this was my first time here last year, and then I just thought to myself, I just never want to not miss this.
GenCon is not really just about cosplay for me. Cosplay is something I do because I enjoy it, and so I enjoy getting dressed up and coming here, but the best part about GenCon is just coming and seeing new people and finding out new games, finding new cool things that people love to play.
I mean, it's like, these are my people. These are friends that I've never met, but I feel like I could have known my entire life.
Yep, doesn't matter whether you're fat, skinny, Klingon, Romulan, we like you all.
Do you have any weapons today on you, sir?
I have cameras.
That is not a weapon.
That could be a weapon. I can hit you with a camera.
No weapons in our Stoltzka! Get out!
I can't go Gen Con?
Get out!
Ah!